Alright, welcome back to Chilled Reactions. I hope you're feeling relaxed. I'm feeling relaxed. And today I'm going to be reviewing, analysing and breaking down REN MONEYGAME Part 3 official music video. I say reviewing and this is a full analysis because I have already seen it. Sorry for you guys who wanted a reaction, but I can't give you a reaction because I've already seen it and it wouldn't be genuine, would it? So, but what I can do is watch this again, enjoy this again with you guys, and hopefully you can enjoy it with me. And I'm going to try and give a full analysis on it and yeah, give this a review and a watch over. And in a way it's kind of like watching it again for the first time, because I watched it when it was first released, which I think was a year, maybe a year and a half ago, something like that, and I haven't really watched it since, so it's sort of like watching it again. But I'm quite intrigued to see if I pick anything up which I didn't the first time, and I'm excited to sort of analyse this video and try and break it down a little further. Alright, let's waste no more time and get straight into this one. If you haven't already seen my reaction videos to MONEYGAME Part 1 and Part 2, I will leave a link in the description below. Please do check them out. They are genuine reactions because I didn't see Part 1, Part 2. I've only actually seen this one, Part 3, which is why I went back to do Part 1, Part 2. Real quick before we jump into this one, please do continue to support the channel. Smash that subscribe button, give this video a like, and hit the notification bell so that you benefit both ways from being a subscriber and also being notified as soon as I release a new reaction video. All support is much appreciated. Alright, here we go. I remember the start, the piano. Ho ho. You can really play every instrument. Beautiful. It has the money bag over his head. Now, who is it? Ding 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 ding. Okay, so straight away, I remember the camera work on this video because I understand it's a one-take video, was incredible. Amazing camera work, well done to the cameraman. There's a slight camera switch here. It's transitioned so smoothly you can't really tell, but it's still a question to this day of, was it REN playing the piano? I'm pretty sure it was REN playing the piano, but then it transitions to this other guy here who ends up, as you already know, ends up being REN. So the guy on the piano now, I believe, is somebody else. So it was REN playing the piano, but it transitions and now it's someone else playing the piano, and this guy here is REN. Correct me if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. I hope I got that right. You can just see in this transition. Camera rotates smoothly, just here. They must have changed. I love that piano sound. Those notes. Ooh. Rope around his neck. Step away. Oh no, sorry. Totally got that wrong. It is REN on the piano. That was another guy now taking over. Let's keep it moving. There he is. The ruffled hair. That singing, that harmonising. Can I just say how smart Ren looks right now in this suit? Let's take it back to the harmonising. Bar right there. Really hits you in your soul.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 years old and his first words were mine, mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised.
Okay, so already this is, I'm remembering now. So this obviously represents Jimmy. He's telling the story of Jimmy in this money game.
Gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him.
So obviously he says there his parents sends him to private school to nurture the flame. So they want to excel his excellence. Yeah, I love in this video as well how everything is just set out perfectly. You've got the kid there playing with the train set, reading the book. And I remember everything, as we'll see as we progress through this video, but everything is just set out at the right time as well. This one take is incredible, the way it's been done.
Praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns up.
I remember that part, yeah. So obviously he's excelling. He's written this code and sells it at 17, becomes a millionaire. Yeah, absolute masterclass in storytelling. And we're barely halfway through. Let's keep it moving.
Profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 20.
So hang on, okay, so he's basically saying his parents, well, his dad is saying, doesn't mean that you won just because you've got this money now. You've got the mansion, the cars, you're celebrating around other rich people, drinking Cristal, as he's just portrayed there. So this is the part that was a little bit blurry for me. I'm hoping you can clarify in the comments. Is it that his parents are trying to teach him an important lesson of life, that it's not all about money? I mean, they said at the start, money is the means to all end, right? Means to all ends. It basically can bring bad things if you can't control sort of how you feel and how you act with certain amounts of money. Are they trying to ground him, or are they basically saying or making Jimmy feel that nothing's enough? It doesn't matter what he does. He can be a millionaire. He can be really successful in business. He's chasing all this money. Is he doing that to please his parents, to prove that he's enough, to prove that he's good enough, being successful? But they're just not accepting it. So they push him to do other things, as I think it now begins to explain. Yeah, clarify that one for me, please.
28 inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval. Moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 30.
Yeah, and the way that he did that there, 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval. Yeah, nicely done, Ren.
Moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the popo inside of his pocket.
So in other words, blind eye from the popo. So he's given the popo, the police, something a little bit extra so he can continue with his business and operations. Keep it moving.
"35, he gets the call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack. I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed.
Okay, so I just want to clarify there. Getting pissed up. In the UK, that means getting drunk. Drinking alcohol, getting drunk, intoxicated. Americans tend to say pissed, meaning they're annoyed. In the UK, we say pissed off. But to us, getting pissed means getting drunk, intoxicated. I digress.
Disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion. Heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon.
Lord.
39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still...
Hang on, I don't want to miss what he's saying here. This is an analysis and a breakdown, not a reaction. Just remind you of that.
Product. 30.
Part of me wishes it was a reaction, but like I say, I've already seen it, so all I can do is analyse.
7, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion. Heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon.
Now that is bad. Heating up a silver spoon, chasing the dragon. I don't need to tell you what that means. He's taking some stuff he should not be taking. He's in a bad place right now. It's basically not quite gone how he planned. He's in a bad situation.
39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words 39. Are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel.
See, it's all driven from what his dad's been driving into him. Yeah.
Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck.
Shit. So hang on real quick, let's talk about that segment. So he's got to a point, hasn't he, in his life where money's not enough in the corporate world. He's got to get power now. He's chasing power, not just money. And this is the story that Ren is trying to get across to you, is that it's just never enough. Money, then it has to be power, then what? What does it lead to? Well, in this situation, they've basically just acted out here. And literally in the video, which is amazing, by the way, they had all these the members of the team playing their part, running in the cartel. We've got flares going off. So basically, he gets into that business, which he shouldn't, gets injured, and not looking so good. Chasing power. This is the result. That's the meaning behind this.
And again, fuck.
Doctor said he might never walk again. All because he's chasing power. I think there's a transition here as well. It's still all one take, but I think they set up the violinist in the background, if I remember rightly. Yeah, there they are. Hang on, let's pause it right there. What a frame. What a frame that is. Yeah. So I think these violinists have, these musicians have actually been in other REN videos, from what I can remember. Talented violinists. But yeah, just that whole shot right there. Perfect. Now the next part of Jimmy's life.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words mine, mine, gimme. 41 he wasn't walking, 42 not walking quickly, 43
Terrible.
never running round the pavements of his city, 44 inside a palace with a mountain of gold, but those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me, and it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame.
Hang on. I've got to hear that again. Because not only is what he's saying deep and meaningful and important, these violinists, just the whole sound is beautiful. Just sounds so good. Harmonizing. It's emotional. Hits you in the feels at the same time with the lyrics that REN is delivering right here.
When perspective evolves, weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of God.
Hang on.
Inside a palace with a mountain of gold, but those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves.
A mountain of gold, but riches turn to rubber when perspective evolves. Whew. Bar. Fire bar right there. Powerful. In other words, literally, the mansion filled with gold crumbles when perspective evolves. It turns to rubble when perspective evolves. So when you realise that you can't take any of that with you, it doesn't really mean anything, does it? It's nice to have, but when perspective evolves, it turns to rubble. Wow.
Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls.
Trading money for souls. Souls are priceless. Yeah.
Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me, and it's a version of him, and it's a version of she.
That's a reference back to MONEYGAME Part 2, I think, isn't it? He said something similar. Put your hand inside the cookie jar.
Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me, and it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Call the music.
F the money and fame. And talk to the fourth wall, break the fourth wall,
This isn't
talk towards now.
This is real life. The way we live is lunacy, community it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Borders an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other. My solution?
Can't quite remember what he does here. Calmly taking his jacket off. Takes a deep breath. You be careful with that gun, Red. Is he actually going to load this gun?
Everything is subject to...
Hang on. So he was basically saying, he said, cut the music, and he wants to talk to you, the audience. And he's saying that what kind of world do we live in? What state are we in as a society and as people when certain things, products, things we buy, consumerism, becomes more important to us or more important to people in general than actual souls? Like he said, trading money for souls. And he was saying it's all by design, isn't it, for consumerism? Money is by design. It's something we designed, is pretty much what he was saying in his lyrics right there. Border is an invention, which is true. It's all just man-made invention, money and borders. He's talking some real truths here. It's impressive. And the way he's put this all together, yeah, wow. Let's keep it moving.
...to change. We could build...
Sorry.
Everything is subject to change.
Always
We
does.
could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains.
Ooh.
But if we teach
That's
kids
deep.
in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me,
Exactly.
then there's no future I see where the humans survive. We're parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface and consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise.
Wow, what a metaphor that is right there. So not only is Ren acting here, pretty decently I may add, but his metaphor he just painted for you all there. I want to hear that one more time again before I comment on it.
Be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me.
Be sheep, obviously sheeple, just going along with the narrative, but put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me. Herd, obviously a herd of sheep, but put themselves in the herd, put themselves in line if it means more money.
Then there's no future I see where the humans survive. We're parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds.
Parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds. Parasites, petri dish, eating each other for power and wealth.
Mold will grow upon the surface
As in, that's the mentality.
and consumes till it dies.
Mold grow up on the surface, like in a petri dish, with parasites, and consume until it dies. In other words, just basically taking all the Earth's resources for, again, wealth, oil, etc., and consume the Earth until it dies. Like parasites, saying that humans, we're the parasites. This is some awesome deep stuff right here.
And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise.
This is not just entertainment, what Ren has produced. And like he said just there, our stories in the human civilization story could be the same without a word to the wise. That's what I'm taking away from this. I hope I'm pretty much on the mark. Let me know in the comments if there's anything I've missed. Alright, here we go. I think this is the end part.
45.
Of rain
Jimmy
here
comes
now.
home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants, he is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father, it's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
Wow. Whew. I've already seen it, and it's just as powerful seeing it again. Like I say, it is the first time I've seen it in over a year. But that end part there, it presses on the trigger of a money game. I think that refers back to part 1 and part 2. I think that happens at the end of that one as well. But yeah, some amazing pen shit right there. Powerful, meaningful lyrics. Ren gave you lots of metaphors. He's basically the way he's wrote this and put it all together into a song with the video as well, which is incredible. I'll talk about that real quick in a second. But the way he's getting this message across, combined with the visuals, is so impressive. It really is. But the visuals, just one take video. Everyone did their part perfectly. I like that part when he sits down in the wheelchair and the camera just pans around all the different elements in the video. And at the end of the rain, he's saying that, to his father, such a damn shame, which in some respects is right, isn't it? If he didn't chase the money and the wealth, then he wouldn't have got involved in chasing power, getting injured, not being able to walk. Yeah, it's emotional at the end there, it really is. And then they managed to get the rain in there as well and time everything perfectly. It's such an impressive... It's a piece of art. It's not just a music video. This is a piece of art. And I think we need a part 4, even if it's a different story, completely. Come on, Ren. Please work on it. I know you've got your problems and you've had a recent flare-up, if you like, and you've been quite poorly with your Lyme's disease. And I know you are making new music and hoping to put that out later this year. Please don't rush. Health is most important. We love you, Ren. We think your music and your art is incredible. I know you're working on new types of things as well, but if you can, please, when the time's right, let's have a Money Game Part 4. Yeah, I really enjoyed breaking this one down, giving you my thoughts, giving it a review and a full analysis. Hopefully you stayed with me for it. I know it's not a reaction, which isn't quite as exciting most of the time, but hopefully you appreciated my take and explanation on the lyrics, the metaphors, the meanings, the video, and all the rest of it. Cool. Any other Ren recommendations, please do let me know. Wicked Ways, I'm hoping to get around to at some point. Maybe a couple of the other covers that he's done. A Message to Joe, I think, is one that popped up that I'm hoping to get round to. But yeah, stay tuned for more Ren. All right. Yeah, I enjoyed that one. Meaningful and emotional. All right. Until next time. Bye-bye.